Hey everyone, I'm Cara Di Falco, and this week in the Cucina, we are making some Irish soda bread. Got my green on today, and we are actually borrowing a recipe from my mother's Irish best friend, Mary. This recipe has always been a huge hit in my family, and I hope it's one for yours. So we are going to be making her Irish soda bread, and we're going to start by combining our dry ingredients. So of course we've got some flour, about 4 cups, half cup of sugar, a little salt, and a little bit of baking powder. Next, I have a half stick or a 1/4 cup of butter that I've let come to room temperature, and we're just gonna slice this into small pieces, drop it into our dry mixture, and then kind of use a fork to work it in there until we kind of get some small crumbles. Now that this has a nice crumbly texture to it, we don't have any more big pieces of butter, we're gonna add in 2 cups of raisins and just mix to distribute those. I've set aside the dry ingredients for now, and in a new bowl we are going to mix in our wet ingredients. So we have 1 1/3 cups of buttermilk. We're going to use 1 egg here. We're also going to use a cup of sour cream and then a teaspoon of baking soda. That's where the Irish soda bread comes from. Now that we have our wet and our dry mixed together, I've made a little bit of a well in the dry ingredients, and we're gonna pour the wet ingredients into that and mix this together. It's gonna make a really sticky dough, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna turn it out onto a nicely floured surface, but we're gonna start by making our dough. Okay, really sticky dough, but mostly has come together. So now we're gonna turn it out onto this flour. We're gonna knead it a couple times till it all comes together and gets nice and smooth. So this recipe will either make 2 loaf pans, or you can do an 8x8 cake pan and kind of just get a larger loaf out of it. So I'm gonna do the large cake pan here. We've prepared our pan, greasing it with some oil, and now we're gonna put our dough in. Okay. And we're just gonna take a knife and just put a cross on the top. We're gonna brush the top of the bread with a little bit of egg wash so it gets a nice golden crust. This is going in a 350-degree oven for about 1 hour to 1 hour and 15 minutes. There you have it, beautiful Irish soda bread, crusty on the outside, soft and chewy on the inside. This stuff makes great toast the next day. I think you guys are really gonna enjoy this recipe, whether or not you celebrate St. Patrick's Day. This is pretty much all we do in my house. But happy St. Patrick's Day and buon appetito.